Today's topic is lines and angles, and today we'll be listing and revising the concepts, and we'll also study few don'ts related to these topics. Don'ts are specifically new for you, so whenever these will be discussed, please pay extra attention there. Okay, so we'll be starting this topic with a very basic unit of the geometry, which is a point. Okay, let's quickly discuss all of this. The first thing is point. This is a point. We know infinitely many angles can be made around a point. Okay, here I have made few, and the sum of all of them is 360 degrees. This is your concept 1. Coming over to the next one. Suppose AB is a line. Infinitely many lines can be, there are infinitely many points on a plane. So line AB means a line joining 2 points A and B, and further getting extended in the directions. And line CD is the lines specifically joining 2 points C and D. We never name a line from a single point, because from this point there are many lines. So if we name a line by a single capital letter, so that won't justify, that won't be a specific name, because there are too many lines. But through A and B, one and only one line can pass through, so that's why we name a line by 2 capital letters. Okay, points are always named by a capital letter. This is just a convention, and the lines are by capital letters. Yeah, at times we name a line by a single letter also, and that is always gonna be small. We can name a line by a small letter, that's correct, or 2 capital letters. It can never be this 2 small letters, and it can never be a capital letter. So these are the conventions. Please please follow these. Now here, this is a line. If we take up any point on this, so we can say angle AOB is 180 degree, and this is also 180 degree. These are called straight angles. Now, if through O we draw a ray in any direction, okay, if we draw it like this, then 2 angles are formed, this and this. These 2 angles are called linear pair of angles. Okay, so an angle which is formed by the two angles formed by the intersection of a straight angle through a ray are called linear pair of angles. So linear pair of angles always have a perfect visual. How does it look like? There has always been a line, and it's always been intersected by, means divided into, this angle is always been divided into 2 parts by a ray. So this is the visual for linear pair of angles. This and this, these 2 are called linear pair of angles. It can be like this. Okay. And this is your angle. Now, so these 2 are called linear pair of angles. And they always sum up to 180 degree, because they are just the 2 parts of a straight angle. Now coming over to one more thing, adjacent angles. It matches somewhat like this, that's why I like to discuss it here. 2 angles are said to be adjacent. Here straight angle is 1 angle, adjacent angles we are talking about 2 angles. Linear pair, whenever we talk about linear pair, we are always talking about 2 angles. So 2 angles are said to be adjacent if they have one common arm. This angle is made up of 2 arms, this angle is also made up of 2 arms, and these 2 angles have one arm common. So the 2 angles are said to be adjacent if they have a one common arm, and the uncommon arms, means this and this, uncommon arms of those 2 angles are on the opposite side of the common arm. So yes, this is linear pair of angles and adjacent angles also. But adjacent angles have many visuals besides this. Linear pair of angles have this fixed visual, a straight line divided into 2 parts by a ray. But your adjacent angles can be like this. Okay, so here you can see 2 angles. Okay, the 2 angles are this and and this one. Sorry, this one. So these two angles are adjacent. Yes, why? Because they are sharing one of the arm and their other arm is in the opposite direction of the common arm. Uncommon arms are on these. So these are called adjacent. So adjacent angles have this visual also. Okay, this visual also, and there are many more also, but this is linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles always 180, adjacent may or may not be. Okay, now coming over to don'ts. So don'ts of this topic. Here, if we have two angles, angle AOB and angle AOC. Yes, I'm talking about AOB and AOC. So this angle is AOB, no? And this angle is AOC. So as the name suggests, AOB and AOC, they have a common arm, AO. So AO is the common arm. Okay, so they are sharing one arm, but they cannot be called adjacent angles because their uncommon arms are not in the opposite directions of the common arm. One should be on that direction and one should be in this direction. But it is not so. They are not called adjacent angles. Now, one more don't of this topic, of this particular topic, we talked about this don't of adjacent angles, and one more of linear pair, which is more important. If in a question you have been given a figure like this, and you have been asked to find out this angle. Okay, so here you can see a figure similar to the basic figure of linear pair, but you cannot say this plus this 180 means you cannot say these are linear pair because you're not sure whether AOB was a straight angle or not. Means you are not sure whether AOB was a straight line or not. Okay, maybe it will look perfectly straight in your book, but you cannot take it straight because there can be a deviation of 0.003 degrees, somewhat like that, or maybe 1-2 degree. So you cannot call it 140 degree unless in a question you have been given AOB is a straight line. Okay, so we'll go with the perfect logics and given criterias when we'll be doing this chapter, or why chapter, whenever this topic is dealt in daily life. We cannot say anything as straight 180 degree or something. We have to have logic for our wordings. So we have to have logic for saying it 140 degree, which is that we have to have logic for calling it 180. We have to have logic for calling it a straight angle, or we have to have logic for calling AOB is a straight line. So in short, AB is a line should be given in the question. If it is not there, you can straightforward discard the question and call it as ambiguous, because it cannot be solved, because the sum of these two angles can be 179, they can be 181, or can be much more. Okay, so this is one more don't. Please don't solve this question or look for the given properties always. Whenever you have to sort it out, you have to write that logic also. Means whenever you're using any property, you have to write the logic associated with this. Just like if you are saying angle AOC plus BOC is 180 degree, then you have to have a logic as AB is a straight line. If that logic is not given in a question, that should not be your logic, AB is a straight line, it must be given in the question. Only then you can use this logic. I'm sure I'm pretty clear. Let's move ahead. Next thing is two intersecting lines. Where two intersecting lines are AB and CD. AB and CD are lines, they are given. So now here, angle 1 equals to angle 2 and angle 3 equals to angle 4, because they are called vertically opposite angle. You can see them here also. Okay, this angle is equals to this. When I am reducing the lower one, it's also getting reduced. So these two angles are always equal to one another if the two lines are intersecting. They are to be line. Now let's discuss the don'ts of this. In case in a question you are given that you're not given, you're only given AB is a line and CD is not a line. Here, AB is a line but CD is not a line, then angle 1 is not equals to angle 2 and angle 3 is not equals to angle 4. In fact, they won't be called vertically opposite angles. That is to be noticed. So when you have been given this figure, and if in a question you are not given that both are lines, then you cannot equate these angles. Maybe the figure looks absolutely perfect, but there must be given in the question. Because if it is not given in a question, the figure, microscopic view of the figure can be something like this, where AB is a line but CD is not a line. Then angle 1 is not equals to angle 2. Both are acute but this is smaller than this. Here also both are obtuse but this is smaller than this. Okay. In the similar way, let's discuss this also here. Linear pair of angles. If these two are the straight lines, because CD is a line, therefore the basic figure of linear pair of angles is there. A straight angle and a ray. So 1 and 3 are linear pair. 1 and 4 are also linear pair. Basic figure is here. And also we have a basic figure here. This is a line and this is a line dividing. So 2 and 4 are linear pair. 2 and 3 are also linear pair. In fact, there are 4 pairs of linear pair because AB and CD both are line. But if only AB is a line and CD is not a line, so there won't be 4 pairs. Because AB is line, only 2 and 3 will sum up to 180 because the basic figure is only here. This straight angle intersected by a common array, OD. So 2 and 3 are 180, and here also straight angle divided into 2 parts by OC. So 1 and 4 are linear pair. This is not a straight line, so these won't be. In fact, if the figure is given this, if CD is not given a straight line, then 1 and 3 cannot be labeled as linear pair. I suppose you're getting what am I telling. Maybe the figure looks perfectly straight, the line looks perfectly straight. Unless it is mentioned, you cannot use it. If you have been given AB is a straight, CD is a straight line and AB is not, then it will look something like this. And the same case is here. You can use the property of line with CD only. You cannot call AB. Okay. In fact, here if the figure is this and only CD is given as a straight line, then you cannot call 3 and 2 linear pair, because for that AB has to be a straight line. Okay. And if none of them are, if you're not given AB and CD, maybe the figure is this only. You have been given this figure in the question. Okay. And you have been given some of the angle and some numerical problem where you have to calculate something. So if these two are not given as a straight line, you can neither use vertically opposite nor use linear pair, because both are related to properties of lines. Vertically opposite angles do need lines and linear pair of angles also need lines. So if both of them are not given, that means their figure looks like something this, where there is no vertically opposite angle and no linear pair of angles. Next is 3 intersecting lines. Here you can see 3 intersecting lines where the red one is intersecting the other two. You know, in all of these figures, these red one is called the transversal. So here I have labeled corresponding angles. Here I have labeled interior alternate, here exterior alternate, and here I have labeled co-interior or allied angles. Okay. Now, first thing, as a concept, you have to have identification of these. Means you should be able to distinguish between these 4 types of angles. As a second thing, you must know their properties. You know, these 2 angles are equal when the lines are parallel, and these two angles means interior alternate are also equal. They are more pair of interior alternate also, but the property is this, they are equal. Exterior alternate angles are also equal when the lines are parallel. Similarly, not similarly, the third one is, these three, the property of these three is this, that they are equal, and this fourth one is that these pair of angles sum up to 180 degrees, always sum up to 180 degrees when the lines are parallel. Okay, so first you should have your identification, then you should have your property, then third comes our don't. Don't is, at times, maximum times when the figure gets complex, okay, when there are many intersecting lines, then we are looking for the basic figure. We may forget that these two angles are equal only if the lines are parallel. If the lines are not parallel, they are corresponding, but they will not follow their property. Property is only followed, okay, when the lines are parallel. Property followed with a condition. So before applying the property, you must check for the condition. Just like here are corresponding interior alternate, exterior alternate, co-interior angles. I've labeled them like that. But they will not be equal, even they'll not be. These co-interior angles will not be supplementary, means they will not add up to 180 degree. Okay, so whenever you have been given a question, before applying the property, you must check for the given conditions. And all the previous properties, they are also to be checked, like whether the lines are straight or not. Means if you have been given two parallel lines, let's draw it here. If you have been given two parallel lines and you have been given one more line, if these two are given line and this is not, then this is not a line. Maybe it can be like something tilted, means it's not a line, then you cannot use it as a transversal. Okay, then you have to think carefully which all properties will be followed and which all will not be followed. As a revision exercise, I would also like to discuss how to identify these angles when the figure is complex. What you need to do, you just have to overline the arms. So what did I do? This was one of the corresponding angles, so I just labeled its arms, and of the other, the arms of this angle are this and this. So you know what is framed here? Can you see an F here? So F is an identification mark of corresponding angles. Okay. Here also, if you label, this is one of the corresponding angle. Okay. And this other angle is this. What am I doing? I am just labeling the arms. So actually the arms which I labeled right now are this and this. So here also we have a F, but the F is there is some distortion in the F just because the lines are not parallel. So this is the identification of corresponding angles. For the interior alternate angles, these are two interior alternate. I am focusing here, the two arms for this are this and this. No? These are the two arms for this angle, and for this and this. Can you see what figure is this? This is Z. That means identification mark for alternate interior angle is Z. It is also here. Okay. I'm overlining the two arms of this angle and then this angle. It's again Z but distorted one because the lines are not parallel. For this angle, here you can see this and this. So there are two opposites V's which are not joined. That's the identification mark of exterior alternate. Then for co-interior angles, we have a U. So identification mark of co-interior angle is U. Okay. For this it is U. So this is F, this is Z, this is U. Exterior alternate, they are not joined, but you can say they are, means you can, we can work without it also. Okay. So as we discussed about don'ts, I have written here also. So I'm here with 2 questions related to those only. Don'ts are, we must look for lines. They must be given lines. Either they should be given AB is a line, or they should be given AB and CDR. AB and CDR intersecting each other. When something is named like AB and CD, that's written in the question, that means they are line, because the 9 lines are named so. Okay, naming something like AB, that means it's a line. Okay, here are 2 questions. In the question 1, we have been given AB is a line, and we have been asked to find out X and Y. Okay, so here you may feel like calling Y equals to 20 degree, but it is not, because AB and CD are not lines. That's what, whenever you will feel like calling Y equals to 20 degree, because they are vertically opposite angles, before writing that you must check whether the lines are given or not. Here only AB is a line, so we cannot say Y equals to 20 degree. So in fact, so what is given to you, let's focus on that, rather than calling it vertically opposite and then ending up with, okay, by looking at the number you feel like let's calculate it by this only, because that's the only way out. So don't, please, whenever you're looking for vertically opposite, just check whether they are lines or not. Now AB is a line, so what property can we use? AB is a line, that means we can use linear pair. These 2 are linear pair. So this is 20, that this is gonna be 160 degrees. Okay, this is 3x and this is y, so we can say 3x plus y equals to 180. So 3x plus y equals to 180. Can we calculate it? No, it's a linear equation in 2 variables. We cannot sort it out. Okay, and can we use y plus 160 equals to 180 to calculate y? No, we cannot use, because CD is not a line. That means this question cannot be done. Okay, so if you call it ambiguous, you'll get marks. If you won't call it ambiguous, then and calculate it as using 20 or 160, then it's gonna be wrong. Okay, and if it is given your 170 degrees, then this can be sorted. Suppose the question is this is 170 and this is 20 degree. So rather than finding out y with 20, you should calculate y with respect to 170, because here you have a logic to calculate y. Here you don't have a logic, because the lines are not given. Okay. Here, if I come here, there are 2 lines, and suppose you have been asked to find out x. What is given to you? Focus on LM and LMN, or all are lines. That means they are lines. Because they are corresponding angles, then you will be wrong, because L parallel to M is not given. So let's focus here. X and 100, do they have a relation? Yes, they are linear pair. Do you need parallelism for that? No, because linear pair of angle just need one straight line, which is here. N is a straight line and this OM is intersecting it. So X and 100 degree are linear pair of angles. That means your X is 80 degrees. Okay, so whenever you have been questioned, you must look for what is the correct option to calculate it. That's all for this. Yeah, there are some, while doing the question, suppose you have been given L parallel to M. Okay, and so how to proceed in this question? Suppose L parallel M is given and this is not given. Then how will you find it out? How will you write it? You'll write X is equals to 40 degrees and an imaginary gap, and here you'll write reason. You know, reason is important, okay, because L is parallel to M and they are corresponding angles. Both reasons are necessary. One thing, they are corresponding angles, you showed their identification. Second thing, that the lines are parallel. Okay, so in geometry, whenever we will solve question, here we'll do the normal proceedings, we'll leave some imaginary gap, and then here we'll give logic. Means what all are necessary. You know what all things are necessary. You must write them on your right hand side. Here both things are necessary. So I'm just leaving everything open-ended right now, okay, because I just want you to think what all logics you have to give. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.